Yes, Kingdom of Boxing. Shouts out to everyone locked in. Today, I'm going to be talking about Deontay Wilder. Is he the most exciting fighter in the division? And would he be missed the most if he was to leave the division right now? So, let me get into it. Firstly, these Deontay Wilder fanboys say that Deontay Wilder is the most exciting fighter. And let me just give you my take on it. Yes, Deontay Wilder is a very exciting fighter, but in my opinion, Deontay Wilder is not the most exciting fighter. That's why he's not my favourite fighter. If he was the most exciting fighter to me, he would be my favourite fighter. But he's not. He's your favourite fighter. That's why you consider him the most exciting. Yes? Now, my favourite fighter is Tyson Fury. And I consider Tyson Fury to be the most exciting fighter. Now, am I right and you're wrong? Or are you right and I'm wrong? Nobody's right, nobody's wrong. It's our own opinions, okay? I find Tyson Fury more entertaining, but you don't. And you find Deontay Wilder more entertaining and I don't. It's just our opinions, everybody's own opinion, okay? But when you say things like Tyson Fury versus Klitschko was a boring fight, now I have to disagree with that, because Tyson Fury vs Klitschko is a very, very entertaining fight for people that like them types of fights. You fanboys are also saying that Anthony Joshua vs Andy Ruiz 2 was a very boring fight, and Deontay Wilder has never been in a boring fight. But I believe Anthony Joshua vs Andy Ruiz 2 is a very, very exciting and entertaining fight, more so than a lot of Deontay Wilder's fights. Not more exciting than Deontay Wilder vs Tyson Fury fights. No. Not maybe as exciting as Luis Ortiz vs Deontay Wilder 1. But I think Anthony Joshua vs Andy Ruiz 2 is more exciting than Deontay Wilder vs... What's his fucking name? What's the 50-year-old man's name? Ortiz. I think AJ Ruiz 2 is more exciting than Wilder Ortiz 2. And I believe more people will watch AJ Ruiz 2 than they have watched Wilder Ortiz 2. And if you go check the views, I don't know who's got the most views. I know AJ Ruiz 2 recently happened, so it's not been there as long on internet. So I don't know who's got the most views, but I bet they're very, very similar. And I bet they're not far from each other. So for you to say this is more exciting than that's more exciting, that's just your opinion. Also, let's just take your example into consideration. So, if Deontay Wilder is the most exciting fighter, then does that make him the best person to be representative of the sport? Does it? Because let's put it in terms like this, language that you'll understand. Let's give you another example. Who do you think is the most exciting boxing channel, the most entertaining boxing channel out of you and CBT? Who? Answer me that honestly. It's CBT, right? He's more entertaining. He's a more funny guy. He's just a more entertaining guy. But does that mean that he can fuck with you when it comes to actual boxing knowledge? No. You know and I know. CBT cannot fuck with you when it comes to actual boxing knowledge, actually breaking down fights, predictions, working on people's weaknesses and strengths, etc. All the shit that you like to do, breaking down fights. Do you really reckon CBT actually can break down fights as well as you? or his boxing knowledge is as deep as yours. No. But why does he get more views than you? Why has he got more subscribers than you? You see what I'm saying? Right here, you are Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. And CBT is Deontay Wilder. You're the Anthony Joshua in the boxing scene. Your boxing channel is more of an Anthony Joshua than a Deontay Wilder. CBT's boxing channel is more like a Deontay Wilder. Fun, exciting, but not really got too much skill. When it comes down to it, not really got too much boxing skills. But he's very exciting, very fun to watch. A lot of people watch him, yeah? And you, on the other hand, maybe not so many people watch you. Maybe you're not so as entertaining. But when it comes to your boxing knowledge, man can't fuck with you. When it comes to you breaking down this shit, you know your shit. Better so than these man. So, who would you put in front to be the face of boxing? Face of boxing channels. Would you put yourself up there, or would you put CBT up there? You'd put yourself up there, right? And just like in boxing, you wouldn't put Deontay Wilder up there. You'd rather put Tyson Fury or AJ up there. Just because their boxing is so much more vast is the word I'm looking for. Vast, so much more bigger. But I'm rambling on here. A couple more things I want to talk about. If Deontay Wilder was to leave boxing, and if Anthony Joshua was to leave boxing, and if Tyson Fury was to leave boxing, who would be missed more? Who would affect who would be missed more, you know? Who would affect the boxing scene more? Who has made more of an effect in boxing right now? And who would be missed more? Would it be Wilder, AJ or Fury? In my opinion, it wouldn't be Wilder and it wouldn't be AJ. I deeply believe it will be Tyson Fury. Simple fact that Tyson Fury is just so much more well known. He has such a bigger fan base. He's done so much more in the sport. He's been around a lot longer. He's been very entertaining himself. Even though people like to say Klitschko fight was boring, I don't believe so. A lot of people enjoy that. When Mayweather does it, he's TBE. When British fighters do it, they're boring. So, you know, I don't play with that shit. I believe them fights are very exciting fights if you like them types of fights. Them types of fights aren't for everybody. Just like Deontay Wilder is not for everybody. His fights aren't for everybody. Some people want to see some real skills in there. They don't want to see a street fight every day. They don't want to see somebody land a punch and knock somebody out. They want to see somebody work for that shot, set up that punch, make adjustments in the ring, outclass somebody, outthink somebody, always be a step in front of somebody, knowing what the person's going to do next and counter punching somebody. You know, all sorts of stuff in there that Deontay Wilder is missing when it actually comes to what's going off in the ring, in the fight. Deontay Wilder is just looking for a right hand, jumping in there, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, that's it. And once he's done that, then he's going to let his hands go and try and do some other shit. But until then, he's not really, he's just firing 1-2s and a few shots here and there and a few jabs and that. But he ain't really that exciting, man. Trust me. He really ain't that exciting. I know the most fun thing about Deontay Wilder is the shit he says outside the ring. He just comes out with some funny shit because it's so fucking retarded and ridiculous. It's so emotional that, yeah, it is fun to watch. He is a good, fun character, and he would be missed a lot if he were to leave the boxing, if the sport. And so would Anthony Joshua, and so would Tyson Fury. But who would be missed the most? I believe it would be Tyson Fury. Without shadow of a doubt, Tyson Fury would be missed the most. And then Anthony Joshua would be missed the second most. Just because he's a legit champion. He has a lot of stuff to still show. He's still young. His career's been watched a lot more. He's Olympic champion, a world champion, unified champion, and we want to see this fight undisputed. A lot of people want to see AJ Fury. It's undisputed, two British champions. Like, a lot of people need this fight in the UK. Like, we're dying for this shit. And Deontay Wilder, yes, he's brought a lot to the sport. He's very entertaining. He's done a lot of good stuff, but I don't believe he'd be missed the most. He'll be missed by his fans, yes, but only by his fans. And another thing this leads me on to while I'm here, hopefully I don't forget, is if Deontay Wilder is not the most exciting fighter, why are all these people making videos constantly about Deontay Wilder? And my response to that would be very simple, very easy responses. The fact that all you people keep making videos about Deontay Wilder, about how great he is, about all this and that, shoving him down our throats. So in response to that, people are making videos and telling people, no, we don't believe in all that shit that you're saying he is what he is. We will wait till we want him to prove that in the ring. We don't believe he's proved that in the ring. So people, that's where it all started, okay? That's where it all started. The fact that Deontay Wilder fans are making videos constantly disrespecting our favourite fighters while pushing their fighter. So in response to that, a lot of Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua fans made videos responding back to the Deontay Wilder fans saying, no, your fight is not so great. Our fight has done a lot more. So that's where it all started. And plus, Deontay Wilder says a lot of ridiculous shit that people have to come out and laugh about and make videos about. So that's it. Otherwise, nobody gives a fuck about Deontay Wilder. We just make videos about Deontay Wilder because you man shove him down our throats. So we have to respond to that bullshit. We can't just leave it. You get me? So that's the main reason why people that aren't Deontay Wilder fans make videos about Deontay Wilder. The fact that you man keep making videos about him, so we have to respond. I think that's about it from me. So that's about it, yeah. When I put this thing down, I'll probably remember a few more things that I should have said, but so let me just run through, generalise what I spoke about. So firstly, who's the most exciting fighter? And I believe it's Tyson Fury, not Deontay Wilder. And I believe Deontay Wilder fans believe Deontay Wilder is the most exciting. I believe Anthony Joshua fans believe he's the most exciting, and I believe Tyson Fury's fans believes he's the most exciting. So that's just people's opinions. When somebody comes out and says, "Oh, Deontay Wilder is the most exciting fighter," and that's facts. It's not facts. It's just your opinion, bro. Honestly, like, most of the people in the UK and around the world have not seen more than the last 4 or 5 Deontay Wilder fights. All the fights before that, they haven't really seen. Nobody started watching Deontay Wilder until Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury came on the scene. You know, these fighters built Deontay Wilder, and Deontay Wilder built his name off Anthony Joshua and all this beef. So Deontay Wilder wasn't really nothing. Now Deontay Wilder's got a lot more fans, but even they now that their fight is like not invincible and not undefeated anymore. So, you know, it's game over for you, man. Talking all that smack about Deontay Wilder's this, Deontay Wilder's that. He's gonna beat Mayweather's record 50-0. What happened? As soon as he stepped up to competition, what happened? His power's down to like 90%. Before he stepped in with that top level British fighter, what happened? His power was 100%. Oh, he's going to knock Fury out. First time, didn't manage to knock him out, got outclassed, scored a couple knockdowns, all credit to you, but you didn't fucking knock him out. So don't come with that bullshit until you knock somebody out sleeping for fucking 10 seconds. I don't want to hear that bullshit. So you got your chance in the rematch to fucking really knock man out. You came back and you ended up getting knocked out yourself. So, you know, your power's down to like 90%. You're like 45. You've had like 45 or 44 fights, and you've only got like 41 wins with like 1 loss or 1 draw on your record. So you know, your career's changed. Now you look at Deontay Wilder, and he'd be lucky if he retires 42, 43 and 3. something like that, 44-4. That's where Deontay Wilder retires. And watch towards the end of his careers, what type of people are going to be beating him. Well, that's it for me. I've rambled on long enough.